He failed to get the sweeping majority he promised voters. India's Narendra Modi will now have to join a coalition to form a government. He has been accused of promoting divisive policies. So, what lesson has this vote really sent to his party, and will there be change? This is Inside Story. Hello, welcome to the program. I'm Cyril Vanier. Narendra Modi is expected to serve another term as Prime Minister of India, but with a significantly reduced majority. He will have to partner up with other parties to form the next government. His governing BJP has failed to win a clear majority after a 6-week-long parliamentary election. And with this setback, many are now asking whether Modi's strategy to reshape India has backfired. We'll be discussing this further with our guests. But a reminder before that the Indian government has failed to give visas to Al Jazeera's correspondents to cover this story. So we are reporting on this election from outside the country. Here's Ibtisam Genfood.
The celebrations were loud and triumphant. The results, not so much. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's declared victory in India's general elections, though his party lost its majority.
In this third term, the country will write a new chapter of big decisions. This is Modi's guarantee.
But without a clear majority, the governing BJP will have to join an alliance with political allies to reach the 272 seats needed to secure a third term. Modi had aimed to grab 400 seats of the 543-member lower house. Instead, his party fared worse than in the last two elections.
It seems like Modi got a shock. We believe that his party workers were overconfident. That's why they lost so many seats.
Support for Modi saw a particular drop in the crucial constituencies of Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state. Defying predictions, the Congress party-led India Alliance made a comeback there. A movement that governed India for decades after its independence, but lost to the BJP in 2014 and 2019. The alliance won 223 seats overall and described the results as a moral defeat for Modi. The Prime Minister has led a divisive nationalist campaign targeting Muslims, calling them infiltrators and erasing some of their heritage. This and discontent among the youth have been blamed for the BJP's setbacks. Unemployment has risen to 8.1%, a jump from the 6% recorded pre-pandemic, according to figures from a private think tank. Some voters say the world's fastest-growing major economy has left out many.
The public wanted to see a change because of the increasing inflation and unemployment, which is why the voters gave the National Democratic Alliance a victory, but with a strong opposition.
For a decade, Narendra Modi's party and popularity seemed to have an unstoppable rise. But after a 6-week election marathon, the 640 million ballots counted in a day delivered an unexpected roadblock. Proof that the world's biggest democracy still has a lot to say. Ibtisam Genfood, Al Jazeera, for Inside Story.
Let's bring in our guests in Mumbai. Asif Bamla, a spokesperson for India's BJP, joins us. We're delighted to talk to you today. In New Delhi, Valay Singh, author of the book Ayodhya, City of Faith, City of Discord. And in New York, Ravi Agrawal, editor-in-chief of Foreign Policy and author of India Connected, How the Smartphone is Transforming the World's Largest Democracy. A warm welcome to you all. Mr. Bamla, I'll go to you first. It's an odd day, isn't it, to be a BJP spokesperson, because your party is the largest in India. Nobody's denying that. But it fell so far short of its own targets. I was wondering, what is your current level of disappointment and even concern, honestly?
Well, let me tell you that there is no disappointment whatsoever. I don't understand why our victory is being shown as a loss. Yes, I understand the expectation of the people of the country and of the world of us was definitely more than what we were supposed to. We were supposed to pass our exams. We were supposed to pass our examinations with a 90% marks. But unfortunately have got to 75%. But that still falls in the distinction range. But there are others who have got lesser than 100 marks, and they are celebrating that. So I mean, I don't understand this. The way they correlate the
Okay,
victory of a
I'll explain.
country. Yeah. Please
See,
explain. You may
this-
be better to explain me Indian politics, I think.
No, sir, I think you already know the answer. This is all relative to expectations. The expectations for the BJP were set by who? They were set by your Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. A campaign slogan was, "This time, go for 400." I beg your pardon, I'm sure the translation isn't exact, but you know the slogan I'm talking about. Go for 400 seats. I'll just finish, which is a supermajority in Parliament, right? Those were the expectations. That's how high they were set. They were set by Mr. Modi himself, okay? And obviously, you completely failed to meet that. You, in fact, lost your absolute majority. That's why I ask you a question about disappointment.
No, I will rebut this, please, if you give me a fair time. We expected 400, and why should we? It's always good to be optimistic, okay? Certainly, there was some shortcoming. There was some issues in terms of deliverables. So the people of the country has given us a mandate. Now, when the people of this country are given a mandate,
not the BJP. They have not given the BJP a mandate. They have maybe given the alliance a mandate, but the BJP can't govern alone.
It's obviously the alliance. What is the opposition? The Congress is not even 100. They had quoted that they would get more than 300 just to Congress, and they didn't even manage to get 100. But no one is questioning them. But we have managed to. Again,
it's relative to expectations. They almost doubled. The opposition almost doubled the number of seats. Nobody expected them to win. So they did better than forecast. The BJP did a lot less well than forecast. So it's relative to expectations.
Their forecast for their own party also was above 200. Let me tell you this. I don't know if you should have this introspection at your end. But they also did not even manage to get 100 seats. But it is nothing wrong if the Congress also expects an X number of seats, and if it's performed better, we congratulate India for a plural, for an economy. We welcome a strong opposition, and this is something which the Bharatiya Janata Party has always been asking for. And let me tell you, this is an alarm for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and we are going to start working this moment, not from today, from now. And we will assure you that we will come back next time to power with much bigger number and a much better evaluation. That is something I can assure to you as a spokesperson under the leadership of Honorable Narendra Modi ji.
That's 5 years down the line. So I'd rather talk about now and how we got to where we are. Vale, just so we get this out of the way, is there a scenario, is there a universe, because Narendra Modi has not yet been sworn in as the next prime minister, where he isn't the leader of the BJP?
The politics is about possibilities. So, of course, theoretically, that possibility remains. However, it looks extremely unlikely that anybody else is going to be sworn as prime minister for the foreseeable future. Yeah.
Okay. Much of our discussion, I think, is really going to be about how we got to this. Why was there a disappointing showing for the BJP? Because for 10 years, Narendra Modi has seemed, politically speaking, bulletproof, and now he isn't. I understand there's probably a bouquet of reasons, but Vale, on your end, what would be the single biggest reason why the BJP has had a disappointing showing in these elections?
I think we have to go region-wise, and if we focus on where the biggest dents have come to the BJP from in this election, that would be the state of Uttar Pradesh, that would be Maharashtra, and they're way below expectation performance in West Bengal. In all these three states, there is a common narrative. I mean, the fact that there was a serious belief among a lot of people that the constitution might be changed if the BJP gets 400 or anywhere close to it. That, I think, did have an effect, clearly. Besides this, the BJP's certain schemes, be it the shortened service without